This is London.
भैनों ते भरावो सत श्री अकाल नमस्ते। मेरा नाम बलदेव वर्मा है। मैं रॉस जॉर्डन का अंकल हाँ। मैं अज इत्थे इस करके आया कि इसने अपना पंजाबी होंदे हुए अपना नाम गोरियां वाला रखा हुआ है। इहदा नाम रॉस जॉर्डन नहीं, इहदा नाम RJ सिंह है। तो मैं उम्मीद करता है कि तुहाडा होने वाला चैंपियन बनूगा।
Hello there wrestling fans, welcome to LDN Capital TV right here on the Fight Network. I'm Fiona Fox and you're watching the only British wrestling show currently on TV anywhere in the world. And what a show we've got for you this week. Coming up later in the hour, the LDN Tag Team Championships are on the line. After a stop-start title reign, Danny Williams is finally back in action and will be defending the trophies alongside partner Chris Wyld against the new team of David DeVille and Lee Walker. And we've just seen a message from Uncle Verma, apparently a relative of one Ross Jordan, complaining that Jordan has embraced his Western lifestyle too readily and renounced his Eastern roots. But thanks to Uncle Verma, that's all about to change. So with that in mind, let's join the man who calls the matches, Mr. TV John Atkins, for the debut match of RJ Singh.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for one fall. Introducing first from Camberwell in London, this is Marcus Brash.
Hello there fans and welcome once again to LDN Capital TV right here on the Fight Network. What a show we've got for you this week, and indeed what a match. Making his way down to the ring, a young rookie here in LDN, Marcus Brash. Marcus Brash here making his way to the ring. He is set to face the returning Ross Jordan, who we haven't seen, to the best of my memory, for a good couple of months here on LDN.
And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent from Bollywood, Ross Jordan.
Well, I noticed that he has got new entrance music here. He has certainly been embracing his Asian heritage the last several times we have seen him, and rightly so. But we await now the entrance of Ross Jordan. And I'm not sure who that elderly gentleman accompanying Ross Jordan to the ring is, as Ross Jordan has remained secluded in his own dressing room all afternoon. And indeed a new entrance robe as well, a new ring robe. for Ross Jordan. Exquisite.
What I want right now is for you ugly, ignorant people to stay sat down and your mouth shut. This is my uncle, Wyld. For too long, he has watched and is disgusted as I have been westernized into English culture, when at heart I am a true Indian. As of tonight, Ross Jordan is no more, because tonight I am reborn as R.J. Singh.
Well, there we have it, fans. A rather stunning announcement from Ross Jordan. He no longer wants to be known by that name, his Western name, as he called it. He wants to embrace his Indian roots. And from henceforth in, he will be known as R.J. Singh. Marcus Brash making his Capital TV debut here today. If he wasn't nervous already, I wonder how that announcement will have caught him. And fans, coming up later in the hour as well, the LDN Tag Team Championships will be on the line as Chris Wyld and Danny Williams defend their championships for the first time here on Capital TV against a duo of David DeVille and Lee Walker. I wonder if Ross Jordan's name change will improve his fortunes here in LDN. He certainly seemed to be treading water for the last couple of months. But now, under the guidance of Uncle Verma, R.J. Singh, as he now prefers to be called, says he is reborn here tonight. And I wonder if that rake to the eye was a part of the rebirth. Brash with the leapfrog, goes in deep for the arm drag. And Singh, excuse me, has his hands full here tonight with young Marcus Brash. And there we see Uncle Verma, who I shouldn't wonder played a big part in the rebirth of Ross Jordan into R.J. Singh. Jordan has always been very proud of his family and indeed of his English heritage, but he now seems to be denouncing his Western roots at that expense. And so Singh, as we can see, wrestling a far more aggressive style than we have seen Ross Jordan do. Just ramming the back of young Marcus into that steel ring post. And there's no giving those posts. Just imagine the impact that sort of move would have on your own spine. Well, an arrogant cover there. And Brash easily able to kick out of that, despite the very obvious pain in his back. Jordan continuing to work over the back with a crossbow-like maneuver. Knee right in the top of the spine. Arms being pulled right back, but Brash somehow fighting back. He's up to his feet. And Jordan, R.J. Singh showing his experience there. One step ahead. Another cover over Marcus Brash, and again, a quite arrogant cover. Barely exerted any of his own body weight over the body of Marcus Brash. Didn't hook the arms, didn't hook the leg. And Marcus able to kick out without too much trouble. Oh, and R.J. Singh telegraphed that one. There's a cover. And the debut of R.J. Singh nearly coming to a rather unceremonious end.
Come on!
Brash clearly looking to make a name for himself here on Capital TV. Debuting here tonight on the top British wrestling show on television. Well, in fact, the only British wrestling show on television anywhere in the world. And as I said, you will only see the very best in British wrestling right here on Capital TV. Later in the hour, the LDN British Tag Team Championships will be defended. And legendary wrestling promoter John Short will receive a special reward as well. But a public warning for RJ Singh for persistent and continual infractions of the rules.
These are dangerous days.
Brash is down and Singh seems quite offended. I would have thought he might be wrestling a faster paced style than this. But he has slowed this match up right down, brought it back to the mat. And just pulling back on the neck and the jaw of Brash, and an elbow to the chin sends him down to the mat. Singh now contemplating climbing the ropes, spending quite a bit of time doing that. Finds himself on the middle rope, comes off, and Brash had the foot up right in the air. Caught Singh in the face. Singh gets caught with a big forearm. And Brash is impressing me here tonight. Big kick to the back of the head. And RJ Singh is down and he might be out. He just might be out. Brash looking for a big suplex, but the damage done to his back earlier in the match by RJ Singh meant he didn't have the upper body strength to lift him up. Singh takes advantage of that with a cover. And again, just a 2 count. Singh now literally trying to choke the life out of Marcus Brash. And he is warned quite severely by the referee.
2, 3, 4, break it. Come on. How many times? I know the rules.
Singh, another of these wrestlers, taking full advantage of the count of 5. And again, continuing the onslaught in the corner. Come on, referee. Let's get this one back under control. And as you can see on the right-hand side of your screen, the watchful eye of Uncle Verma as he looks on at RJ Singh, the reborn Ross Jordan, denouncing his Western roots and embracing his Indian heritage. Both men now down. The referee, Chris Roberts, making the 10 count. Who will be up to their feet first? Both men have taken quite a beating in this one. Brash particularly, though he has been incredibly impressive here on his LDN debut. Big forearm to the face of Singh. Follows up with another couple of blows. Forces Jordan back into the ropes. Comes off, catches him with a big back body drop. And Brash on fire there with a clothesline. Meets him with an elbow to the face. And Singh goes down hard. Catches him with a flying drop kick. And Brash may be about to score his first win. But just a 2.5 count there. Very close indeed. Marcus Brash would love to score a win here on his LDN Capital TV debut. If he could impress the matchmakers, he might find himself in contention for a title shot. Powerful suplex, the legs are hooked. And I couldn't see any way out there for RJ Singh. But somehow, he dug down deep and was able to kick out on 2. Brash whips him into the corner. Singh meets him with an elbow. Wow, what a maneuver! The legs are hooked. It's a perfect bridge. And still RJ Singh able to kick out. And that is the experience level. Ross Jordan, RJ Singh, whatever you want to call him, he has been around this sport for a long time. And he has got incredible stamina and conditioning. But has he met his match in newcomer Marcus Brash? Brash planting Singh down to the mat with a scoop slam. Climbs up to the top rope. He looks a little unsteady. And indeed, that hesitation cost him dearly, because Singh able to escape. Cinches on a camel clutch. And Brash taps out very quickly indeed. And the matchup is over. RJ Singh scores a win.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner by submission, the Bombay Dream, RJ Singh.
A win by a submission. Take a look at that. The camel clutch expertly applied by RJ Singh. An unsuccessful debut for Brash, though he has got nothing to be ashamed of. And an excellent win here for RJ Singh, the reborn Ross Jordan, and his Uncle Verma. Well, the future looks bright for RJ, and I wonder exactly what he'll have in store for him, and indeed for Marcus Brash. We look forward to seeing both these young men in the future here on Capital TV. Coming up soon, we will have the LDN Tag Team titles defended here tonight as Wyld and Williams put their belts on the line against David DeVille and Lee Walker.
Can learn to be a professional wrestler at one of 3 LDN training schools. For more information, go online to www.ldnwrestling.com.
Hello fans, Fiona Fox here, and it's time once again for the London Eye, the only place to find out what's really happening behind the scenes in LDN. We start with news of a big match just signed for next week's edition of Capital TV. Just a few weeks ago, we saw the team of LDN Academy stars Travis and Hakan score an upset win over the more experienced David DeVille and Cade Callis. And at the conclusion of the match, a risky double team move from the youngsters accidentally busted David DeVille's lip wide open, a nasty cut that required a number of stitches and minor dental work to repair. Although delighted with the win, Hakan and Travis were said to have been very unhappy about actually injuring an opponent, as they are far more interested in the sport of wrestling than actually incapacitating people. This week, Travis privately attempted to apologise to DeVille, offering to pay any medical bills he may have incurred. However, our sources indicate that he was greeted with a barrage of verbal abuse and a deafening slap to the face. Fortunately, LDN officials were close at hand and able to defuse the situation before it escalated out of control. They also took the logical step of booking a singles match between the two to take place right here on Capital TV next week. This should make for a very intense battle, well worth tuning in for. DeVille himself is also wrestling for the LDN Tag Team Championship later tonight with new partner Lee Walker. So will he be celebrating his first taste of LDN Gold, or will he be in an even worse mood than usual? Either way, I'm sure he'll be looking forward to working out his aggressions on young Travis. Also next week, we'll be bringing you the long-awaited rematch between former LDN British Heavyweight Champion Gentleman John Ritchie and the World of Sport legend Johnny Saint. Saint proved that he can still hang with the best of them after coming out of retirement late last year for the first ever Legends Showdown. But will he be able to keep up with the sneaky Ritchie's dirty tricks and shortcuts? On the plus side for Saint, we will be back in Llandudno, just down the road from his hometown, so he's sure to have incredible fan support on his side. One thing's for sure, we're bound to be in for an exciting hour of British wrestling action, as always here on Capital TV. We'll be back with more news and gossip in the London Eye next week, but up next, the LDN Tag Team trophies are up for grabs.
here on Capital TV. Defending on TV for the first time since winning the belts months ago, the team of Chris Wyld and Danny Williams. And they certainly look to be very proud of those tag belts indeed, as well they should be. But I wonder if all is not well in the camp of Wyld and Williams. Well, here come the rather unlikely combination of... That looks like... I think that's David DeVille there without the bandana, and Lee Walker making his way to the ring with his face totally obscured. I suppose at this point it could be anybody, but that is certainly David DeVille. And it looks like his attitude adjustment is complete. We have seen that young man's entire character just change so completely over the last month or two here on Capital TV. And now finally teaming up with Lee Walker. It looks like he has gone well and truly off the tracks. But I hope he can still get the job done in the ring, because whatever your attitude is...
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for one fall, and it's for the LDN Tag Team Championship and belts.
Indeed, and when they're on the line, you need to be focused.
The team on my right, coming out of the red corner, please welcome from Bermondsey, Lee Walker and his tag team partner from Oxford, David DeVille. And ladies and gentlemen, their opponents on my left, coming out of the blue corner, they are the current LDN Tag Team Champions from Maidstone in Kent, Chris Wyld, from Aylesbury, Danny Williams.
Referee Chris Roberts assigned this matchup as he takes the belts off the champions and shows them to the challengers, showing them exactly what is at stake here tonight on Capital TV, and a good look for you, the viewers at home, as well. Walker and DeVille certainly very cocky here tonight, and yet they are teaming together, to the best of my knowledge, for the first time, taking on the established team, well, indeed, the tag team champions, Chris Wyld and Danny Williams. Now, fans, as I said, when they came out there tonight, Wyld and Williams looked absolutely delighted to be champions and very proud of those tag belts indeed. And yet, this is the first time in many months that they have actually defended them. And there are theories floating around the various LDN locker rooms as to exactly why that is. Chris Wyld has been almost constantly on our screens over the last couple of weeks, testing himself in singles competition, and Danny Williams has been nowhere to be seen. And I'm not sure if Chris Wyld has been putting the feelers out there about resuming his singles career because he is desperate to do that, or because Danny Williams is reluctant to defend the championships. Nonetheless, the belts are on the line here tonight. And Danny Williams getting the upper hand here on David DeVille with a nice hammerlock. DeVille looking for a counter and a stomp on the foot, followed by a fireman's carry takedown into an armbar of his own. And DeVille there far more aggressive than he was when he started out here in LDN a couple of months ago. I don't think he'd have stomped on the foot like that. But I guess the wrong people have got in his ear. And he has learnt that shortcuts seem to be paying dividends. DeVille hits Williams with a big leg drop. excuse me, a big drop kick, and rakes his face with a boot. And the referee needs to clamp down on that. Suplex from DeVille on Danny Williams. And I wonder exactly what condition Danny Williams is in. Unlike Chris Wyld, who's been regularly wrestling up and down the country, Danny Williams has not been in the ring since winning the tag team titles. Meets DeVille with a pair of shoulder tackles in the corner. And a T-bone suplex on DeVille, who quickly tags his tag team partner in. Lee Walker coming in now for the first time in the match, as does Chris Wyld. And I don't think Walker was too happy about that. He was looking forward to getting his hands on the beaten down Danny Williams. Not expecting the fresh man Chris Wyld. Wyld gets the upper hand early. Looks to establish his dominance. Goes up for the leapfrog, goes down, and meets him with a beautiful, beautiful flying dropkick right in the middle of the ring, and square in the jaw of Lee Walker. Wyld, a real veteran of the British wrestling circuit. Yet this tag team title reign is his first championship gold since entering the profession over 5 years ago. As far as I know, he is thoroughly enjoying being one half of the tag team champions and enjoying the many perks that come with being a champion, including the increased pay packet. The leg is hooked, but just a 2 count there from Danny Williams, who tags Wyld back into the ring. Wyld and Williams making some quick tags in and out, trying to keep the fresh man in as they systematically take Lee Walker apart. Wyld on top, the fans solidly behind him. As I said, the man has been wrestling for over 5 years, but the LDN tag team titles are the first championship gold that he has held. I can tell you firsthand just how competitive Chris Wyld is. Just a couple of years ago, I was actually his manager. And I know that he was desperate to win championship gold before the year was out. He wrestled a couple of times under my charge for the LDN British Championship, the #1 prize in the United Kingdom, and ended up short each time, unfortunately. But since then, he has taken a step back from wrestling. He has trained very hard, and it seems he has found his niche in tag team competition. But with a possibly unwilling partner in Danny Williams, he has returned to singles action in recent weeks with mixed success, and even now he is keen to join in, to get into the fray on the outside, as his partner just planted face first in a ringside chair. And now DeVille and Lee Walker just destroying Danny Williams on the outside. And let's not forget, Williams spent many months at the beginning of this year out of action due to a backstage assault at the hands of the former tag team champions, Project Future. Photos of Danny Williams post that assault were shown on LDNWrestling.com. They were too graphic to be shown here on the Fight Network. But suffice to say, he had black eye, he had a number of stitches, he was bruised and beaten all over. DeVille now with a cover, and just gets a 2 there.
These are dangerous days.
We're staying here. Have I ever let you down? Trust me, this is big time.
Good afternoon, sir.
It isn't.
DeVille with a gut-wrench suplex. And Williams looks to be in trouble as he finds the knee of DeVille planted squarely in the base of his spine. And DeVille now choking out Williams on the floor, hiding the fact from the referee with his own body. And DeVille raising the ire of Chris Wyld on the outside. And while Wyld distracts the referee, his own tag team partner receives a pasting. Just launched up into the air, planted face first in the mat, and the leg's hooked. But DeVille actually had his own leg in the middle rope, and the referee got a good look and disallowed the fall. Now Walker's tagged in, and I don't think Danny Williams is aware that the tag has been made. Now, come on, I know they've got till the count of 5 to get one of the men out. But Williams doing everything he can to fight back. And now Williams desperate to get that tag. Desperate to get the fresh man in. Chris Wyld chomping at the bit on the outside to return to the action. He needs to get that tag. He can see the tag belt slipping away from his grasp, but he gets it. And he's back in the ring. Ducks a clothesline from DeVille. Knocks down Lee Walker. DeVille down to the mat. Picks up Lee Walker for a body slam and plants him hard, but he doesn't see DeVille. Now come on, ref, you have got to get one of these men out of the ring. Back body drop on David DeVille, and that sends him out to the outside. And now Chris Wyld going up top. Famed for his high-flying offense. Hits the leg drop, and that should be all. And it would have been, but unfortunately for Chris Wyld, Lee Walker just too close to that bottom rope. Able to get a leg into the rope and break up the hold, because nobody kicks out of the leg drop from the top rope that Chris Wyld delivers. And he hit that one square. Just fortunate ring positioning for Lee Walker. And now Chris Wyld looking for a powerbomb. Oh, he plants him face first. DeVille having some trouble on the outside. Looking to come in to help out his partner. Wyld calls in Williams. DeVille's there. Oh no, Williams just kicked his own partner in the face by accident. DeVille with the cover taking advantage. And I don't even think DeVille was the legal man. This matchup has fallen apart. We saw all 4 men in the ring there, and Danny Williams just accidentally kicked his own tag team partner flush in the face. DeVille now with a scoop slam. Lee Walker comes off the top with a flying headbutt. DeVille in for the count, and he got it. We have got new tag team champions. And what on earth was that look on Danny Williams' face?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match and new LDN Tag Team Champions, the team
I'm not so sure that was an accident after all.
DeVille.
Well, take a look at this. Walker comes off the top with a flying headbutt. DeVille goes in for the cover. And now Walker with the same move that Danny Williams accidentally, I thought, applied to Chris Wyld. And fans, we have got new tag team champions. But this is not right. Danny Williams, there clearly was more to this than meets the eye. Many had speculated, many had suspected that Williams was ducking challenges, did not want to put the belt on the line. But I think it may have been more than that. I think he may have had a falling out with Chris Wyld. Either that, maybe he's been paid off by Lee Walker and DeVille. Who can say? 2 things we do know, though. Danny Williams and Chris Wyld as a team are no more. And also as tag team champions are no more. New tag team champions, David DeVille and Lee Walker. And fans, Chris Wyld doesn't know what hit him. Well, we are just about out of time right here on Capital TV. But my heart goes out to Chris Wyld. How unfortunate. An ovation from the fans here at Romford. But Wyld leaves tonight without the Tag Team Championship gold. We'll see you next week here on Capital TV.
Guys, come on!
Well, this isn't over clearly. Fans, this is not over clearly. Referees being assigned to hold these two men apart. But just what is going through the mind of Danny Williams?
Calm down. I don't know. Calm down, all right? I know. Calm down.
Wyld was robbed. Wyld was robbed.
Damn it!
Generally, this actually means quite a lot because I really do love wrestling with all my heart, in all seriousness. I'd like to think that everyone here is as dedicated to this business as I am, and I know we all are, you know, excuse me, Tex. I genuinely do love wrestling. I love LDN. The last couple of weeks I've been on the verge of quitting wrestling, actually. But it's LDN that's kept me going. It sounds really bad, but LDN is the one thing that's kept me going the last few weeks. I genuinely do love this promotion. I love the fact that we're a regular on TV and that we are, apart from a certain company, the biggest promotion in the country. This does actually mean a lot, which is, I don't know, it does mean a lot, I'm sorry, it does. I love wrestling, I love all of you, I love John Ritchie, I love Tex, I love Stefan, I love Pat, I love Alan, I love Justin, I love Sanjay, I love John, and I love you, Steve, with all my heart. Thank you very much, thank you.
I first trained this wrestler many years ago. He stood out straight away as being quite a bit of a loudmouth, if I'm honest. Some might say he hasn't changed much over the years. You know, who knows? One thing's for sure, though, he's certainly had an effect on the British wrestling scene, as far as I'm concerned. He shows a hell of a lot of passion. And has helped wrestling and a lot of the younger wrestlers that he's managed to work with. I'm sure a lot of you out here today have worked with this person. So I'd like to welcome him up on the stage to accept this Special Achievement Award, Life in Wrestling Award. Friend of mine, friend of yours, Mr. Tex Bennett.
Welcome, disciples of Kendo Nagasaki, to the story of a beginning, a genesis. A talented artist finds himself seized by a vision, wherein he is transported to a place where he sees a fantastic story unfold. The story of a child's imagination and also his dark inspiration. The story of a young man's call to combat, his diligence, and his instruction at the feet of the master. The story of his spectacular advancement in the skills of combat, and also of his agonizing rites of passage. All of which culminates with the birth of a legendary warrior. But the warrior is often at war with himself, struggling to unite the unnamed forces raging within him. Rather than let them tear him apart, these forces, which seem to have lives and energies of their own, are found to be balanced only in combat. A warrior master who dominates all challenges emerges, and ultimately slays his own inner demons in typically crushing style. So the artist again immortalizes Kendo Nagasaki on canvas. But this is no ordinary portrait. It lives. Kendo Nagasaki has yet to reveal it to the world. Coming soon, Kendo Nagasaki, Genesis in portrait.